Alright, so if it is giving the high pressure no switching code, I can do this one-handed, but it's usually this four-way valve right here. So if you loosen this, remove this hose, and remove that hose, you can flip the whole assembly back towards you. Just kind of turn it around and get to the bolts on the back of this four-way. It's really easy. They're a hex bolt, but you can also use a T25 Torx bit as well. And on the Platinum, or the 10 liter, you just loosen these two, pull up this faceplate, and you can get to the four-way pretty easy right there. Now with the four-way valve out of the machine, you pull this off. You might have to use a screwdriver on these little tabs, but this just pops off. Flip the valve over, knock the stuff out of it. Take these two ceramic plates and clean them off. You can use just soap and a toothbrush. Don't use petroleum stuff. And then just rinse them off when you're done. You're not going to get them perfectly clean because you can't get all the Teflon off. Just try to get the gunk off of it. This is what causes it to stick. Once you've done that, you can take a little bit of grease off of here. There's usually a big gob, and just put a very small amount of this Teflon grease, this green Teflon grease, onto there. So once you've done that, let's see here. There's a little slot for this thing to go in. The rough edge faces up, and there's a little tab that it goes onto down there. Then this thing, the rough edge goes face down. Just kind of put it somewhere in the middle. This thing goes on top of that. Make sure the gasket doesn't fall out of that. It usually stays on, but sometimes it'll fall off. This bar goes on top. You can buy these bottom gaskets, but it's probably fine to just reuse the one that's on there. Glenn Medical sells them, but you can try just reusing that one on there. And once you got that done, just put it on the opposite order. You took it off, and you can clear the code by turning the machine on and off 5 times. It might take a few cycles of that to get the code off, but it will go off eventually. And that will fix 90% of these. And the other 10%, if you have a problem and it doesn't fix it, just write a comment and I will try to answer it. But this can solve almost all of the high pressure no switching codes.